Before we begin building visualizations with Power BI, what we're going to do is take a look at understanding self-service BI. We need to understand what that means and what our place is going to be in this. So a fast history of business intelligence. This topic came on very strongly in the mid-1990s and then later. Senior management, investors and stakeholders in organizations really wanted reports that could express the overall health of an organization. That was almost impossible to get to, and that was almost impossible to get to because of the places where the data was being stored. So many users were putting data on Drive C or in personal folders. They were putting them on shared network drives. Some people were even storing data in their inbox and sometimes on PowerPoint slides. And so we certainly needed a way to roll up all that data into one place so we could report against it. And so then began the task to get our data from wherever it was and put it in more centralized databases, just so that we could enhance the reporting experience and give senior management the tools they need to make the decisions that they were going to need to make. Now, because of the way we began to roll data in the mid-90s all the way up into our SQL services or other databases, they had to do the reporting work themselves, and that was going to be a very tricky thing for them because of their existing time commitments. They were already tasked with keeping up with emerging technologies and keeping the organization moving. And so to say to them, now you have to write all these reports, that became very huge. That became rather problematic. Mostly because some of these folks had to spend so much time in the technical world, they didn't really understand the nature of the business all that well. So they could build a report, many reports, not really knowing, what else was available and what else they could be offering to senior management. On the other hand, end users, the ones who do the work of the business, they very much understand the business in a way that perhaps IT just never had the time to determine. They didn't have the time to figure this out and to do anything with it. So now we have BI performed by end users, but that's going to mean a different set of tools because not everybody has the skills to write queries against multiple databases, aggregate all those results, and then produce summarizations. That's a very specialized skill set. Most people don't have that. So we need a better set of tools, and this is where Power BI Desktop comes into place. Now, when done properly, there are some benefits to this. We can work on our own, or we can work alongside IT. We're going to take a look at reporting first. First thing we need to do is get to the data, and the data can come from any number of places. Just when we thought going into the end of the 1990s that we were going to get it all on our SQL servers, the internet really just opened things up so much more. And now people are pulling data out of Facebook. They're pulling it out of Amazon Redshift. They're subscribing to data sources online. And so now it's all over the place again. And we need some tools to pull all that data in one place so that we can model it. And that's going to be an important concept in this course. And then we can begin to work with those reports. So we'll look at a few more ideas here. We're going to need to provide some metrics that are actually driving organizational analysis within the business. This is going to be huge. We need to be able to see data in some sort of a timely fashion over different time periods. And unless we can get to it at a regular basis, that's not going to be possible. So reporting is going to be a big piece for this. Now, with respect to collaboration, not everybody knows everything there is to know about running an organization, which is why many organizations have so many analysts that they retain on staff. Some of these analysts have skills with technology, and some of them, their skill set just lies elsewhere. And this is really where you and I begin to step in because we want to have the software skills. We want to be able to do analysis ourselves, or we'd like to collaborate with other analysts. And we want to speak with them and say, well, what would you like to see if you could see it? And then it becomes our job to go ahead and try to produce that and produce some nice dashboards as well. So with respect to analysis, we might be discovering insights with respect to our data that we had no idea we could find. One of the holy grails, or the holy grail, I might say, of data mining is something called correlation. Finding relationships amidst our data sets that we didn't even know existed, and we would never have known until we had some tools for exploring this data. Now, when I'm doing work for our customers, very often there's millions, sometimes billions of rows of data. And you're never going to spot a trend by scrolling up and down, hundreds and thousands of rows. It just isn't going to happen. We need some specialized tool to see these things, and Power BI Desktop steps in to help us out. So a little bit more about information and what we can do with it. And then finally, toward the very end, there's going to be a little bit more we'll want to wrap up, and we'll start building with this. All right. So who wants this done? Well, we like to use the term stakeholders. Stakeholder is any person within an organization with a vested interest in its outcome. Stakeholders can be anyone. These can be investors, these can be senior management, these can be operational personnel. But anyone who needs reports to make decisions, we call a stakeholder. So we have, of course, senior management, some more investors, project managers, of course, project sponsors. Now this is important. Project sponsors are the individuals who are underwriting the costs of our projects and of our initiatives. If they're going to underwrite these things, they have a vested interest in its success. And they don't like to allocate funds unless they can have some assurance that their projects are going to be profitable. So, well, they need reports, and that's us. We're going to jump in and help. Yeah, now, here's where we step in. BI performed by end users. Neither you nor I may have the programming skills that others have. I personally do. I use many of them for our customers. But end users are not programmers. They generally don't want to learn Visual Basic for applications, and they generally do not want to learn SQL or SQL Server or Transact SQL or whatever else you like to call it. So what we're going to use are a set of tools within Power BI that's going to help us. Right? Without being programmers, we're going to get some very, very sophisticated results, and by the end of this class, we'll be publishing dashboards out into our web browser.